The reason why you're triggered by somebody else doing well is because you don't see yourself as that. You see yourself below them, and so you believe that you need to attack them and try and bring them down to your level. And listen, Misery Loves Company, the people that have elevated from that spot, listen, they're there to support you. They're there to love on you. They're not going to hate on you. They're going to go, you know what, dude? I see you're hating. I see you're hating on yourself, and I see that you're really hurting. And so listen, it also took a long time for that individual. Don't get them wrong, don't confuse the quietness and apparent quietness and niceness, quote unquote, as weakness. Far from it. They have got that part well developed, and in fact, that is what drives them every single day. But you don't want that unleashed on you. Hell no. You want to be at the other side of the harmonious side that's going to raise you up. If you're willing to be healed, then, you know, too many people are just out there triggering because it's what they're saying to themselves all day long. It's their self-image. Like I keep saying, you can never outperform your self-image. You can enhance it, but you can't outperform it. And so the reason why people get triggered when you say fat, the reason why they get triggered when you see, well, for example, they see me in shape and they say, oh, you fucking juice head, you're taking steroids, you're taking this. And listen, I can take blood tests, I can take fucking lie detector tests, whatever you want, and I'll prove that I'm not, right? I can show you how to. Just because you don't believe it's possible, that doesn't mean it's not possible. In fact, you know what? The irony of it is, I used to be that guy. I done it all natural to start with, and then I took juice for a long time, so much so that the doctor ended up prescribing me it, and I needed it, quote unquote. I decided to go cold turkey around about 4 years ago now, and I went through hell. Ferritin levels went up, I was suicidal, my hair was falling out, I lost a lot of weight, I was just depressive, I didn't want to get up. I started trying to seek that feeling, the remote bit of confidence or certainty or conviction, so I could be productive as I knew I should be. I've helped hundreds of people all over the world with the same thing, get off of drugs, drink, from suicide in one session, in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes even, and I've never went back, and not even in 11 fucking years, I've never lost a case yet. But I found myself, and I was scared. You know, I was getting cameras in every freaking orifice, my ferritin levels were up there, like everything was happening. I was getting heart attack symptoms, fingers going blue, losing circulation, and all my fingers are going numb, like metallic taste behind my throat, it was just fucking nuts. Anyway, MRI scan showed part of my brain was shut down, that I shouldn't have had a sense of smell, but I was determined that there was a natural way, and if God didn't want me here, then God would take me out, and that's okay, right? And so, I've done a lot in this lifetime, I've helped a lot of people, and I'm good with that, right? But I look after myself. I was determined because I knew there was a better way. And there was a better way. I got another blood test. I sent it to Oslo. I got my cell health taken. I found out the solution to the problem that I didn't know that I had, that they were all trying to medicate. Look, medical professionals, medication professional, fucking band-aid putter-honorers that's going to capitalise on your symptoms, the effects of your defective mindset that they've indoctrinated with you with, that's keeping you ill, depressed, suppressed, right? And that is all depression is. It's a suppression of expression. And so if life isn't flowing freely to and through you and being expressed by you and directed by you, then it's innately being suppressed, okay? And so that's it. The only time you want to go anywhere like there is if you break a limb or whatever, you need an operation. But apart from that, you want to stay the fuck away from them. And there is a healthier way, right? Reach out to me. I can give you the exact cure for all inflammation, period, right? Because all disease is an inflammatory disease at a cellular level, and if your cell isn't like a jellyfish, it's like that. And listen, the goodness that was in it is now toxic, can't get out it, and the goodness is around it, well, it's missing it. Like, I mean, just look at a fat person, right? You can't tell me that's not just inflamed. You're not meant to look like that, right? And fuck, like, whatever this body love, fuck it, whatever, like, I don't know what they've labelled it, but anyway, these people die of heart attacks, and men, over 14% body fat for every 1%, the 1% bitch. But let's get back to the point. If you're triggered by a message that I'm relaying, I don't hate you. I don't hate anyone. I hate their fucking habits. I despise their habits. I think their habits are despicable. Okay, and for the most part, they know it's hurting them. They know it is. They're living in shame. They're living in regret, which lowers their immune system even more. Like, going back to the other side, why does it lower the immune system chemically? Because they're suppressing themselves, they're depressing themselves, they're not fully expressing. And so to regress, depress, right? You get it? It's all lowering your immune system chemically. And so that's it. The reason why you're going to be triggered by anything is because it's what you're saying to yourself. It's what you believe about thyself. And that is it. It's got nothing to do with me. That's all about you. But again, I'm just here to help. I'm here to call out habits. I'm not here to shame you as an individual. I'm here to call out your habits. I'm here to elevate you to a higher consciousness. But it takes triggering for somebody to step in and be healed. Right? What was the first thing Jesus said to anybody? Was it, you ready to be healed? Most people aren't ready to be healed, and so they'll hate because they've created an image of themselves, a belief of themselves, the identity of themselves. They don't believe anything else is possible. In fact, they don't just know. They don't just not know that it's possible, but they're blinded to the fact because that's what they're focused on. Let me go back to the RAS system, the reticular activated system, and the servo mechanism system. When you focus on something, your mind deducts everything round about it. And so I've got mine that finely tuned in. Whatever I focus on, like I done it today. I was in the park and I was doing scapular pulls on many different angles, and I left my phone and my Shure wired earbud things, like I left them, like, and that was it. Like, I remembered it just in time, but I blank out everything apart from where I am in that moment, and so everything else is deducted. See, that is a skill set through time, and that's what I want for you. See, these people, they're just locked in that I need the drugs because I don't want to feel this way, right? And understand, any drugs, anything that suppresses, it's just a belief that the other person wants to gain a feeling. See, nobody's got bad intent, really, right? And so, unless they really do. But that's just because of a perceived perception that they've got that's completely not true, all right? And so, again, they're just suffering from their own foolishness, their own ignorance, and ignorance is a choice in 2025. Okay, we've got everything, we've got all the information there. In fact, you probably could say that it's too readily available, that the fact that they don't want to look at it, it's there for to see, but now they're like that. Before it wasn't there to see, and they went looking for it, they went studying for it, they went reading the books for it deliberately, and now it's right in front of them everywhere, and they don't want to acknowledge it. Why? Because, let's just say, depression. Somebody who's depressed will attack and lash out because they've created it, right? It's a choice. It may be a subconscious choice. It might not be a conscious choice, but that's how they're running. That's how they're operating. 95% of your day, maybe 98% of your day is run off of habitual ways of thinking, speaking, acting, and that's it. If you don't believe me, then just, listen, 2% of people think, 3% of people think they think, and 95% of people would rather die than think, and will attack you for helping them to think. They don't think, and that's it. And why do any harmonious relationships become unharmonious? Is because of lack of communication. So the reason why you're unharmonious with yourself is a lack of communication with yourself. You're not thinking for yourself, and so learn to think for yourself, and you won't be triggered. You won't be, and if you are, it's going to be healthy because it's going to be directed to something of use, of value. And so before you speak, before you get triggered and lash out, perhaps you want to say to yourself, is this useful? Is this life-giving? Because if it's not, you're just feeling threatened, you're feeling insignificant, and that's the only reason that you're going to lash out, and that's it. I had somebody out there today, and he was like, man, you're a gearhead, you're this, you're that, look at you posing to be natural. Like I said, I'll take a blood test, I'll take a lie detector test, I don't give a shit, right? I said, because, like, I know what I know, I put in the work. Listen, it's that simple that nobody wants to acknowledge that it's real, right? All I do is I woke up one day and I went, you know what? I'm sick and tired. I've been sick and tired. I'm going to call myself out for my bullshit. I was calling myself out for my bullshit every day, but I wasn't fucking doing anything about it. And that's most of you guys and women. You know what you're doing, but you're not doing anything about it, but yet complain about what you're doing and the result that it's getting you, but you're not willing to do anything about it, and so you're using your free will to choose the suffering, and suffering is a choice. Suffering is a choice. You may not see that because you're a victim-ass motherfucker, but suffering is a choice. Okay, it's a choice to focus on what's going wrong, what's not right, what we've lost, how it's not possible, how you can't do that. Listen, if you're a solution-driven individual, a value-driven individual, how could I add value? How is it possible? How will I do it? I know it is possible. That's it. It's a change. I can, I will, I must, I'm going to, I am doing it. Not I'm going to, I'm doing it now, because you know that the time is only now. That the only time that there is now. To think that tomorrow's guaranteed. That procrastination is a certain assumption that tomorrow's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. Listen, God is going ahead and carrying on with progression, evolution, to grow, to evolve, to expand, while all the same breathing life into you. That's it. God's appalled at you for not doing anything. Still great enough to love upon you, to breathe life into you. So while you're still getting life breathed into you, stop going to God whenever, to the universe, to the energy, to infinite intelligence when everything goes wrong. How about going there when everything's going right and going, listen, God, thank you. And no matter how you perceive things in your life, listen, a loss is a win in disguise, because it's redirecting you, it's pivoting you. The universe is like, fuck's sake, Chris, this way, this is the direction that you need to go. You're going to see it as a loss in the moment, because most people, again, what are they tuned into? What's going wrong? What's not right? Right? How it can't, how it won't, how just everything that you've lost, and what's not going to happen now because of it, and what's never going to happen. It's all about you, me, I. That's it. It's not about we, it's not about what can I do. It's not I get to, thank you. And so all of a sudden I now know exactly what Bob Proctor meant by sharing our Nightingale's little phrase on that's good. Right? And so that is good. Get into the habit of anything that's perceived bad that's happened in your life to say, listen, that's good. And your mind will go to work with the RAS and the servo mechanism to find out what is great, because you're focused on what's good. What's good. You're asking better questions. The quality of your life, the quality of your emotion is the meaning you put it on the questions that you ask yourself consciously or subconsciously. So just start asking yourself conscious questions that's going to evoke greatness, and it's going to evoke the way that you want to feel. Listen, if you're going to laugh about something in 5 years, just fucking laugh now and get it over and done with. What's up with having any other state other than that, right? And again, here's a quick hack. If you're a bit uptight, if you're a bit angry, your physiology is going to be like that. You just want to relax. You just want to, that is it, right? Add flow. Get into the flow of it, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is to you, what is the outcome? Listen, we all want something. If I wanted to buy this, listen, it's going to make me feel in a certain way. That takes me home. I used to walk by a field and it had a ton of Highland cows. There was at least 50 in the field, the stately home, and all around about it, they had these Highland cows. And I used to love going up to my cousin Dominic's house, and because Domenico Leonardo Petricelli, right? And we would go play football together. It's my little cousin, my little big cousin, the fucker's still taller than me. Anyway, we would go by the field, which wasn't far from where he lived. It was in between, and I loved this. So this takes me home, and I got this when I was up visiting my home village, and I went and seen him, and it was great to see him. And unfortunately the cows were away, but that was a feeling. It took me home. It was nostalgic. And so all we want at the end of something is how we're going to feel. That's it. And so it's not the thing, it's the feeling at the end of it. And so imagine that you just felt like that now, this severe gratitude, for being able to see this every day, to take me back to the childhood, all those great feelings, even holding on to the electric wire and getting zapped backwards. That was kind of funny. But seeing this reminds me of all these great joyous things. And it really is. And so everything that you want is a feeling at the end of it, right? What was the blood test that I got, right, to check my cell health that my mate chased me down for 5 years with, and I kept on saying no, thought I knew better. Listen, there's inflammation experts out there, doctors out there that thought they knew better, even companies that have been out there for longer than this 20-year-old company that I've now bought a franchise in, they thought they knew better, and listen, the blood test proved otherwise. The blood test proved that their stuff didn't work, but yet they're leaders in the marketplace. And so what did the committee do? Most of them quit and left and resigned and joined what I joined. That's it. And so are you open to seeing the new way, how it is better, how it could be better, how it possibly could be? You need to be open-minded. You see, people have a mind set, right? Your mind has to be set on your definite purpose for sure, right? But you need to be like water. Water won't penetrate this in the one go. It's got to penetrate it over a little bit of time. Sure, if you increase the pressure, then it's got to go through anything, right? Water can literally go through anything. But like if you look at the rocks and the rivers, and water just carves its way. It's not because it's doing anything. It's just the consistency. And so where there we go, and something I need to do and remember is to check my memory bank. That's another time that I've just ran out of data and storage on my device, and didn't even realise. And so there we go, take two. But yeah, so where are you consistently focused on, and what's the meaning that you're putting on things, and what's the subconscious or conscious question that you're effectively asking yourself? Develop better questions about things that arise, that come up, even like about anything in your life, and you shall see the truth. Be willing to admit when you're wrong, be willing to do the right thing, even when the good thing isn't always the popular thing to do. You know, like when I was over and I got hired by Fab Five within Tony Robbins' organisation, it was like I stood there in front of Charles, like he's a good friend of mine, he's a really great guy, and he said, just take one of those programs for helping us out. And I was like, I didn't come to help you out, I came to just see some friends, which happens to be you guys. And so I just offered my help, and that was it. And he says, no, everybody that helps out takes a program, like take one. And I was like, no, for me that's stealing. You don't do that, that is unethical. Like, just because this guy's a billionaire doesn't mean it's right. Just because everybody does it doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's popular route, what most people do, most is a disease, it's not the right thing to do. I can't ethically do that. And so, thank you, but no thank you, and that's wrong. And they go, well, you're different. Listen, we don't hire anybody, and if they ask, we reject them a minimum of 12 times. And in his pocket, and gave me $260 for each day I was there and helped, right? And then I went out, and they flew me to places, and I had a great time, and it was awesome, and they treated me so well, right? It's one thing Tony Robbins' organisation does. They know how to treat their people, and they treat the people super well, okay? And so do that wherever you go. Treat your people well, but treat yourself first. How are you talking to yourself first? How are you approaching things? Is it ethical? Is it moral? Is it of righteous values? Or is it a warped perception that's actually causing destruction and not life? You need to destroy the negative habits, the negative ones being the ones that are taking you away from how you want to feel. How do you want to feel? Listen, if you're living in a suppressed state of any kind, then that's lowering your immune system. So that's dumping cortisol. And I'm not saying life is all puppy dogs, fairies, and fucking rainbows, because it's not, and that's not life. Life is both, and it needs both. To survive out of the darkness came the light. We'll just leave that there, right? Everybody wants the light without the darkness, without realising that the darkness needs to be used to create the light. The roots are in the darkness, and then pull up from the ground in the darkness and the damp, and to come up with what's it looking for, the nutrition, the goodness. It doesn't just stop on a rock and say, oh, we can't go any further. No, it just keeps on going. It doesn't stop. It never stops. Nature never stops. The universe never stops. Energy doesn't stop flowing. But yet there you are. You stop flowing. There's your problem. All I'm here to do is help raise the consciousness one person at a time. Raise somebody's state, elevate the state one person at a time, because I know that one person will go out and create significant harmony and ripple effect within their universe. That one person creates more than you could possibly know. And listen, see, when you do something, you don't necessarily need to tell anybody about it, because then it becomes about you and not them. So that's why I talk about things in general, and I don't go into who. It's not relevant, okay? And so what I will say is who that's in harmony with me, that who I am inspired by. I will say that, like Tony Robbins got me started. Bob Proctor's another one. Wes Watson's another one, right? I've got Casey Henchman, phenomenal guy, all right? Brian Livingston, good friend of mine. Bedros Keuilian, Brad Lee. All these guys are on a righteous path. And the funny thing about it, just like Jesus, there's stones that get thrown. It's just part of the way, because you're calling people out for their bullshit. You're calling people out for where you once were, ironically, and evolved out of, and people don't like that because they feel less than, but again, it's how they talk to themselves. So anyway, this is going to draw this to a close. Just support people. Look, I'm wearing this. This is we James's top. We Flex Lewis's top from his gym in Las Vegas. Great guy. Go out there, visit it while you're over there. Go and see my mate Brad Lee. He's a phenomenal guy. If you're in business, you certainly want to go see him. If you're a course creator of any kind, you're into, like, you need to go on Dropping Bombs podcast. You need to go out there and have him host on Lightspeed your course. You need to reach out to Andy Frisella and get around about his mastermind, the Aryan Syndicate. You need to tune in to the podcast. That's somebody else who I'm highly inspired by. I tune into him every day. Andy Frisella, check him out. Didn't really make any money for 10 years in business. I think it was like $54,000. Sleeping on piss stain mattress. The guy's worth billions now, but guess what? He will go back to sleeping on a piss stain mattress because he knows he can build it back. It's the same as my mate, John Malott. Love the guy to bits. He just put everything on the line to launch and to put forward his business that he just bought 100% of. Because why? Because he believes in himself. There's nobody worse to go to for advice in business than the brand new millionaire, right? Or the person who's just starting to get some wins. But listen, billionaires have came from nothing. They came from having to hold it all to releasing it again. It's the same thing. I do the same thing. Whenever I get a release, I invest into greatness. That's the biggest return you're going to get, is the investment in yourself. Being around, most people don't have the right people around about them, so they have to invest in that. Now, it's not just financial, it's time as well, time and energy, right? And so, get around them. Do it when you can. Do it when your eyesight says that, fuck's sake, you can. And that is when you must, because you must give up everything and more to leave that. You must kill your old self, metaphorically speaking, then to evolve. Kill your old self. What does that mean? Your habits, your standards, your way of thinking, your way of acting, your way of conducting yourself, your way of dressing. Everything must change. Your environment of yourself must change. Your circumstances are because of you. And listen, to blame is to be lame. And unless you want to be lame and blame, then, carry on. Because that's the masses. It's 98% of y'all. And you're just in a hypnotic rhythm of staying within that. But it's also within your ability to take yourself out of that. It's essential. It's not going to happen right away. Go on to andyfrisella.com and download the 75 Hard app and get started on 75 Hard. Reach out to me. Do the same thing. That's how I done it. I've been doing that for 406 days approximately now. It's just little habits. Train every day. That's it. Walk every day. Oh, one training session inside, one training session outside. Why outside? Because you're not in control of the elements. That's why. You don't want to go out in the wind and rain and dark and whenever, when you've forgotten things before you go to bed, you're out there. Blistering, freezing cold, whatever, you're out there. Eat clean. Drink plenty of water. At least a gallon. I say 5 litres. They say a gallon, which is, I think it's 3.6. I'm not sure the exact math. Eat clean. No meds. No alcohol. No drugs. Gone. Alright? 75 Hard is a sub-foundation for then phase 1 and then phase 2, and then you've got the gap in between phase 1 and phase 2 to see if it's a part of your identity yet, and then you've got the gap in between 2 and 3. Again, it's longer, and so it can be tough, and I've done the 75 Hard in between that and in between phase, and then I went into the phase 3, right? And so I'm still doing it today. I have not missed a beat. Some fatty, who's an associate of mine, he said, listen, you'll want to take a gap in between the 75 Hard and the phase 1. And I'm looking at him, I'm saying, well, you're fat. I'm not in shape yet, but I'm not going to take your advice because I don't want your results. And so anybody who's not got the results that I want, I'm not going to listen to you. If you take drugs, I'm not listening to you, right? If you drink heavily, I am not listening to you. I respect you. I don't respect your habits. I just can't trust you because you're more innate towards the instant gratification, which isn't overall serving. Do you understand me? Right? You keep putting the band-aid on. I don't trust you. You need to earn the trust. You need to earn the respect. Now, that might sound hard to you. That might sound harsh to you. But until you get in shape, until you've stopped that, until you've stopped the habits that I don't respect of myself or tolerate for myself or the close people round about me, then, you know what? Earn it. That's all I'm saying. Earn it. Very good friend of mine, Josh Denny, right? I remember back in 2017, like I carried him back, like it was worth like, oh fuck, like I can't remember, I think it was 10.5 million that night. It went from bankrupt, like over $1 million bankrupt. Into the bank, lost everything, lost his house, lost the car, like everything got claimed, but he still smiled. The guy's got a heart of gold. He's got an attitude of gold, and he's got an attitude of he just shares. Like, look him up, Joshua Denny. Look him up, Adam, follow him. He's a phenomenal character. He's got a phenomenal attitude. He'll elevate anybody that's round about him. And see, that's it. It took him 4 years to go from minus over $1 million to 10.5. Had a phenomenal time along the way. It's nothing to do with the money. But without money, you can't do things. You can't be of use. You can't be of proper service to more people. And so there, I'm going to leave it there. Follow and surround yourself with people that have got a higher image of themselves, who are operating at a higher level. Maybe you're complaining about just putting a washing on, right? And they're operating in companies, not even complaining about it while still doing the other things that they need to do anyway, right? Anyway, I'm off. Expect and demand greatness. Demand yourself the attributes and action steps of the individual that you admire. Be that person. If you were to look in on your life, third person, that they would inspire you. Be that person. Every choice comes down to this: one of pride or one of regret. And the prideful one unleashes an unlimited amount of dopamine and serotonin on you. You're just going to feel so much good, so God rewards you for being proud. And you're going to be confident, and you're going to be all-knowing, because you know that you're that person that just does it regardless, because you love the challenge. Listen, the most challenging things are the ones that had you feeling the best, and so why are you complaining and crying about your challenges? That's the thing to be blessed. You were blessed with your challenge because it was the most hardest and challenging thing that you came through, and you were like, I feel so good. The one of regret, it lowers your immune system because it's a lie, it's a suppression, and you say I can't, when you say you can, it's a stop command, it's a stop sign, it's a signal to your brain to look for everything and all the reasons why that you can't. And when you hold back life regresses, life magnifies the regret and punishes you with a lowered immune system, so you get ill and depressed. And so, do you want to feel great or do you want to feel depressed? One is the truth, one is a lie. I wish for you pride. I wish for you confidence. I wish for you that conviction and all-knowingness that you got this, because you do. Everybody was born with the same potential. Everybody's born with the exact same. It's how you express it. It's the meaning you put on things. What meaning are you putting on things? What effective questions are you asking yourself? I can, I will, I must, fuck it. I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now, I'm doing it now. Be blessed.